How's it, folks? There are a surprising amount of new blueprints and weapons that you can claim for free that came with the anniversary update that has just launched. Starting off with the Harran Pistol, which should be in your stash up until the 7th of March, when the anniversary event is meant to end. And then on a similar vein, there is the Retrowave bundle, available for free, also until March the 7th, on the Dying Light store. That comes with its own outfit, paraglider skin, 2 weapons, and the blueprints for both weapons. Then there are also the weapons and outfits from the first Pilgrim bundle, which is available on the Pilgrim Outpost Armory. But everything in that bundle comes out to about 325 tokens, so it can be quite expensive. If you want to see what all the stats for the outfit looks like, it should be up on the screen now. Basically got to do with reducing stamina cost for parkour and increasing damage from parkour attacks, and also slightly reducing stamina cost from range attacks. So it's very good at running around and performing parkour, but you will probably have better armor if you're just focusing on melee weapon damage or stamina cost reduction and whatnot. But it does also come with its own crossbow and weapon, and a blueprint for the weapon as well. The weapon is pretty standard long blunt weapon, does a decent amount of stance meter damage or stun damage, so you can pull off some executions, but otherwise it's not overpowered or anything, just very thematic for a weapon for a pilgrim. The crossbow, on the other hand, bit of a doozy. It's got a knockback effect for infected that get too close, which can be quite useful if you're worried about getting swarmed. So maybe consider picking that up if you're interested in ranged combat and want to be a bit more silent compared to the firearms that were just introduced. And then next up is probably my favorite new weapon in the game, the Scorpio, which was shown off way back when for one of the trailers when Dying Light 2 was first announced. And to get it, you basically just need to complete 4 bounties, defeating 10 enemies with a finisher, completing the Run Boy Run community map in under 6 minutes 40 seconds, stay alive for 60 seconds while being chased, and cut 50 limbs off of infected. This is the first hybrid weapon in Dying Light 2 as far as I know, and it's very good at stunning enemies or depleting the stance meter so you can pull off those combat finishes. It also doesn't seem to have any durability, so you don't have to worry about the durability running out. It also has very minimal amount of stats modifying the weapon damage, which is mostly to do with the ranged harpoon being able to inflict status effects on enemies and also increase damage dealt to those enemies. You should also receive a blueprint for crafting both the Scorpio and the new harpoons, and both of them are kind of expensive. I think the Scorpio weapon blueprint is the most expensive blueprint to craft in the game, with costing about 10,000 gold pieces, and I think it's 250 scrap. So it's not something you're going to need to craft often, and I guess you won't need to craft more than once, seeing as it doesn't even have any durability to worry about. And then next up, there are another 2 weapon blueprints that you can get from completing those missions available on those boards around the Fisheye and the PK Fortress, where they basically survivors and PKs asking for help. For the Rending Knives, which is a new type of throwing knife that inflicts bleed damage on every hit, you will need to complete Limbrand's Swanson, which this artist decided he would go out with a bang, throw himself to the infected, and you have to collect his body parts for that quest, which is quite out there. And then the other weapon blueprint comes from the quest The Angel of Villedor, which I think you get off of the PK board, which asks you to go to the Church of St. Thomas in St. Paul Island and pick up a manuscript called The Angel of Villedor. In it, you'll find a goon, a spitter, and a couple of other more standard zombies. But more importantly, you get another really cool looking polearm, which is my current favorite weapon type in this game. When fully upgraded, this polearm does a similar amount of damage compared to the Ishmael and Plowshare, which you can also find scattered around Villedor. This also is more like a PK version of the Plowshare, with the Plowshare being the Survivor polearm and this Angel of Villedor polearm being the PK version. If you happen to find any other weapon blueprints while running around, please drop a comment in the section down below so I can help other people find it as well. And then also a quick reminder that Tolga and Fatim will be arriving next week, and I'll have a video about that as well. Otherwise, I hope you all have a fantastic day. Take care, and cheers for now.